You knew that you're going to face a pretty good Southern Oregon team last week, and aside from the result, what did you get out of that game? What did you see the positives, and then also areas that you guys will need to work on getting ready for that first game?
Sure. Well, the two things that stood out to me on the negative side of things is just being careless with our decision making on passes. I mean, just not valuing the possessions and really turning the ball over too much. And then on the second end of things was our lack of efficiency on the defensive end. Those were the two things that really stood out to me. On the positive end of things, I mean, I thought our girls, they played to the end, and it's not like they threw in the towel, and then they had a lot of energy, even going into the very last minutes of the game. But it was an eye-opener for me as well, which was good. That's what these exhibition games are for, is to kind of see where we're at in different areas. And the thing, again, that stands out was just the lack of commitment / efficiency on the defensive end. That is just an area that we have got to improve upon immensely.
All right, so season opener this week. How do you prepare for that first game? Is there video from your opponent? Is it just go there and play what they've done in the past? How do you guys prepare for that first game?
Well, as you said, a lot of it is going to go off of the past of what Western Washington has done. I mean, I'm familiar with their personnel, and I haven't seen film from this year, but no, I have seen film from last year, and just try to get their tendencies and different philosophies that they have on both offensively and defensively. But to be honest, going into this, as much as we're going to prepare for them, I mean, I think the focus is more on us and doing things that we need to do better and to improve upon. That's really what we're focusing on this week in practice.
Being your guys' self, but what kind of game plan will you guys have come game time?
Well, we're real inexperienced at a few positions, and so again, from my end, it's still kind of putting the pieces to the puzzle together and figuring out different things, which I think I've learned a lot these last two exhibition games. And right now, going into our game plan for Western Washington is the two things I mentioned: to clean up on the offensive end. And one area is we have to get a lot more competitive with each other in practices, so we're prepared for our opponents at the time. In certain areas, I didn't think we were going at each other enough in practices, and so then when we reached our opponents, it got us back on our heels, and so that was very glaring as well. So we've definitely changed some things in practices this last week, and we'll continue to do so as we prepare for the tournament.
Right out of the gate, you guys are going to be tested early. I mean, it's not going to be conference play, but facing some pretty good competition. We just talk about just kind of the start of the season and the competition level.
This tournament's going to be great. I mean, as you said, the competition with Western Washington and Seattle Pacific are two very, very good ball teams. And some of their things and style of play is similar, but again, we're just going into it focusing on us. We're still experimenting with different styles of defense and what's going to be the most effective for us. And really still, we got a lot of new players, and obviously it's a new system for everybody. So our offense is not smooth at this point in time, and so we're just trying to improve each and every day, and we're hoping to be a better basketball team this weekend than we were against Southern Oregon.
Is there a player or two for you guys that has really had a pretty good camp and has earned a starting job, or somebody that really impressed you during training camp and the exhibition schedule?
It's been different players. It really has, going from our alumni game to each exhibition game. I think different players have been sparks in certain areas, which I think is a plus. I mean, I do think we have some depth in our bench. I do think we can go to a number of different people, which is going to be a positive for us. But we're still trying to kind of gain some stability in a couple positions as well.
You mentioned the defensive struggles you guys had. Are they fixable mistakes, or is it just something that may be worrisome come conference play?
No, they're fixable. They're certainly fixable. I mean, there may be some adjustments that I need to make to put us in a better position to be successful defensively. We've experimented with different types of defenses, and some areas have looked okay and some areas haven't looked so good. So we've made some adjustments this week in practice, and I'm sure we'll continue to do so until we figure out really what is going to be kind of our brand as our defensive basketball team. We haven't quite figured that out yet.
I mean, obviously, the exhibition loss, it's a loss that stands out, but I mean, is it nice to know that it is, say, the beginning of November, and these aren't, you have time to fix whatever, or at least try and fix whatever went wrong against Southern Oregon?
Sure, I mean, again, I think we've had, 18, 19 practices and 2 exhibition games. That's what this is about now. Like we just talked about, we do open up with a bang this weekend with 2 very tough competitors, and then we have a conference game very early this year with Cal State San Marcos. So we just have to improve each and every day. There's, it's the regular season now. We I've explained to the girls that we've kind of break the season up into different phases, and this is regular season now. We have to improve in certain areas.